What is up, guys? Welcome back here on another ROK content. Rockers, today you are probably a new player as you're watching this video in 2023 moving into 2024. So you're a brand new player and you want to get more power. How do you get more power in Rise of Kingdoms? Well, my name is Shinchi42. If you guys like me as a content creator, consider subscribing and turn your notifications on. I don't only make Rise of Kingdoms content, I also make other type of videos as well. So make sure to subscribe to me if you actually like me as a content creator, not because you like Rise of Kingdoms itself. So let's take a quick look into how can you increase your power in Rise of Kingdoms in 2023 going into 2024. Now, as a new player, you're probably wondering, what is power in Rise of Kingdoms? Well, the power in Rise of Kingdoms is divided into a few parts in here. So let's go into the governor's profile and go into the more info. As you can see, the power is from the building power, technology power, troop power, commander power. Now, these is what makes up your ultimate total power in Rise of Kingdoms. We're going to break things down in here, how you can basically gain more power in Rise of Kingdoms, from building power to technology power to troop power to commander power, what you got to do to be strong so that you can get into the battlefield and enjoy the game and fight. Now, before we get started into this video, when I tell you all the tips and tricks in here into this video on what are the things that you gotta do to succeed in Rise of Kingdom, just keep in mind that as you're coming in 2023 to 2024, maybe 2025 in the future, that there's a lot of things in Rise of Kingdoms already. It's a bit overwhelming when you get into the game. And at the same time, if you are not a spender in this new age now, it will be quite difficult for you to get into the game. For the most part, I would say you'll have to spend into the game starting out now. And in comparison to when I first started, starting off now is a bit more difficult. You have to spend a little bit because you need to increase your power to be able to join into the alliances in the game. Because if you are low power, they will not take you in. So that is just my opening statement in here, just so you guys are aware as you guys get into the game, and whether you decide to continue, whether you decide to not continue, it is then up to you. But I'm going to still give you the guide here on how you can succeed in Rise of Kingdoms. My name is Shinchi42. The first thing that you're going to work on in Rise of Kingdoms is your commanders. Now, in Rise of Kingdoms, your commanders are very important. So when you first start into your game, you're going to get this epic commander. Now, the epic commander is very good. All right, you got to start off with this. This is going to be your foundation. Whatever civilization you end up choosing, which if you choose China, which we recommend for beginners, you're gonna get Zun 2. So you're gonna get Zun 2 in the starting commander, and you're gonna get most of the sculptures from Zun 2 from the main quest. Then you want to work on Zun 2 first, and then you slowly work onto legendary commander. So as you get more familiarized with the game, you want to work onto legendary. You don't want to be stuck into working on epic commanders. Now, within the game, I would recommend that you work on the first skill first, even though there is a lock system now. You want to work onto the first skill because the first skill is your active skill. So every turn that you fight in the battlefield, you gain 100 rage. And once you've accumulated 1,000 rage, you're going to cast that rage skill, and that's going to deal a lot of damage or a lot of buff, depending on the rage skill of the commander has. Now, you're probably wondering, how are other players having 2 marches in their march? And you can see with this Gilgamesh, you can see that there's no additional march that I can put in for this one. So if I look into, if you look into this, Boudica has a secondary commander in here. So let me give you an example in here. So let's move into Gilgamesh. All right, so this is definitely a very good guide for you guys. So Gilgamesh, we're going to increase the star because this is going to allow you to basically add a secondary commander. So I'm going to show this to you guys. We're going to add just to get the second star in here. So we're going to develop this. All right, we're going to develop this one. And we will now have 2-star. Now, the question is, can you now have commander in 2-star? So you cannot still have the secondary commander in the 2-star. So when we go into Gilgamesh, you can see that you still cannot add secondary commander. Okay, how can I add secondary commander? Basically, it says here, upgrade this commander to 3-star to unlock to the secondary commander. So if you do a trick in here to be able to get into 3-star right away, then you can put a secondary commander right away. So for example, let's say with this Yi Sun Sin, I'm level 10, but I got it to 3-star, then you can now put in a secondary commander into the March. So there's that. I'll make a specific commander video for this one so that you guys can refer into that more in detail. But the commander investment in Rise of Kingdoms is very important. Knowing what to invest is also very crucial. So as you get into the game, you want to kind of zoom out in here and go into Kingdom Overview. All right, once you get into Kingdom Overview, you can actually see what commanders that are going to be available in the future for you. So for you guys who are starting off, you'll have the preparation season. I'll just give you a little bit of info. The Minamoto is great. So this is something that you'll have to purchase if you're a spender. And then Thutmose is not bad. Eighth of Flight is good. And Tao Tao is decent as well, is good. But one of the main things that you really want to get here is YSG, and it seems like they've changed things in here now. So YSG is going to be available in season 1, so you'll have YSG. That's a good one to get. Martel is also decent for these early stages of the game. Richard can do some good work as well. But in the later stages, this Richard will not become so useful anymore. YSG will be out of all of these. YSG is going to be the most useful one in the long term. That will be the most used. So you should definitely get YSG. Moving into this one, Alexander is great. Saladin, you can do a 5-5-5-1, meaning you can do a 5 max out in the skill. And for the second skill set, it's another 5. Third skill set is 5. And then fourth skill will be 1. And yeah, moving forward, you know, you want to really kind of look forward to investing into the Season of Conquest. This is where you're going to see really, really strong commanders in the game. We'll try to make more detailed video about like investments in the commanders in the future, but there's also other content creators who make these specific videos, so you can always check them out as well. Now, in the daily tasks that you guys need to do within the game is also speak to the commanders. So sometimes they'll be walking in here and you'll see like a chat bubble, I want you to click on them and talk to them, because sometimes you can interact with them, and when you interact with them, you're going to get some freebies in the game. Now, consuming AP is very important. So you have your action points, and you want to use this a lot so that you can convert the action points into tangible items within the game. So you can do the trick that I'm going to be doing here, which is what we call barb chaining. So as you can see, I have my Richard, and then we will have YSG in here as well. So you will see the AoE. So we're only going to be using one action point in here, or one turn of action point. So we can see, all right, we consume 50 there. And then we're going to have this AoE skill. We're going to drag this here a little bit. All right. And then once the rage skill, you know, accumulates in here, there we go. First skill cast from Richard. And then you can see the AoE circle here from YSG. So I'm going to drag this over here. As you can see, my consumption is still the same. All right, so this is basically what we call the barb chaining, so that you can conserve action point and succeed more into the game in Rise of Kingdoms. The next thing that I would recommend for you guys to do is always complete your daily quests every single day. The reason why you'd want to finish this up is because you're going to be able to get some nice rewards. You see, and in the 60 in here, you get some basic action point. In here, you are going to get more. You can see you get 100 gems, you get golden key, crystal, a golden apple, which is something that you can gift the commanders in the city when you speak to them. You also get some relic coins and magic chests. So make sure to do this daily every time so that you can succeed in Rise of Kingdoms. In the early stages, you need to work onto your expedition as fast as you can. So for me, I've already finished. This out. So you want to get this done right away so that you can start buying a nice legendary commander in the shop here in the metal store. You can get Aethelflaed, and you can also get some chests in here daily for the treasure of Warrior Queen. So that's going to help you out significantly here in the game. Now, another thing that you need to do is to work onto your gold chest. So you can see I have a lot of keys right now. I'm like later stage into the game. So I have 9,500 silver keys and 2,581 gold chest keys. Now I have, pretty much a lot of maxed out commanders already. And I work on a different level than you are. But when you're starting into the game, you want to open up your gold chest. So like, just for example, we're going to open up some gold chests in here. Boom. You're going to get some XP, resources, sculptures in here that is going to help you out in the game. And not just that, what's going to happen is that you're also going to be able to get some speed ups in here that can help you to progress. Remember, we talk about the power, right? So you can see when you get more speed ups, you're going to increase your building power, your tech power, or your troop power, because you're going to be able to make more troops. So that is another key information to know. With these gold chests, you're going to be able to get speed ups from them. And as well as in the silver chest, you're going to get some speed ups in here as well. So let's go and open up some silver chest in here. Let's open up 10. Boom. So we got some speed ups in here. Universals, some are building speed ups. You're not going to get the research speed ups in the silver chest. Equipment chest is also something that you can work on. You can get some blueprints. You can get some materials. So let's open up over here. Let's do 10. You can see we got some blueprints. You get some materials. You also get some speed ups in here as well. In Rise of Kingdoms, this is a very alliance-based game, so I would recommend that you guys download Discord and also join an alliance in your kingdom. So if you're trying to be a lone wolf, this is not the game for you. Joining an alliance is very important. As you can see, we are in the D91S alliance. So this alliance, you can see, it will be able to provide help for you, reducing the research time and as well as upgrade times of the buildings. This will help you significantly. You can donate to the technology in here. Very important. And then within the alliance, there's also this thing called Alliance Shop. So whenever the leaders put in items in here, you can buy them with the Alliance Shop, with the alliance credit that you earn from donating, from building buildings, and as well as just from pressing help. So you're going to get that, and then you can buy some stuff in the alliance shop. Now, within the alliance also, you're going to be able to get this alliance gift, which is nice. It's going to give you some speed up, some resources, and other items in here. So whenever you do rallies on the fortress, you're going to get some, items in here. So whenever people make purchase as well, you're going to have a chance to get a gold chest and other items in here. Stone chest, iron chest, wood chest, right? You're going to get these, and you can get some more speed ups in here or keys that will help you significantly in the game to improve your gaming within Rise of Kingdoms, to increase your power, and then you can be better. So joining an alliance is very important, and it's not just about all the rewards, right? When you join an alliance, the importance in here is the bonding, the communication, the players that you get to meet, speak to them, learn, all right? And when you learn, then you can enjoy the game much better. And one of the things in here is that I would recommend is that you need to join strong alliances. So if you don't try to join strong alliances, you're in the week one, you're not going to succeed as well. Sometimes we are too stuck onto like, oh, I want to keep my alliance because this is a group. But sometimes you need to break that alliance and move into a stronger alliance. There's nothing wrong with it. At the end of the day, it's a video game. Now, there are holy sites in the game. So like these are holy sites. You'll see them throughout the map. There's altars, there's passes, there's sanctums, there are shrines, and then there is the lost temple. All right. So these things are called holy sites. You need to participate in these events so that you can basically enhance your battle mechanics and as well as help the alliance to progress. So make sure to participate whenever the alliance is requiring you guys to show up. Read the markers, read the alliance mails, just be attentive and participate in the game. Now, within the game, there is this thing called Ark of Osiris as well. So if you have the time to do this and play it, I think this is something that is really good. I would recommend that you, if you have the time, play it. I don't have the time to play it. So if you have the time to play it, I would say play it, because even if whether you win or lose, you're going to get some commander sculptures in here. There's a lot of ways really to get commander sculptures in Rise of Kingdoms. So this is one of the ways in here. So this is going to be able to help you to upgrade your commanders in Rise of Kingdoms. Now, as I mentioned about the commander sculptures, right, I would also recommend that you participate on the events. So the events will be in this page. So click that. You will see, for example, this one is going to be the Zenith of Power. So for the rewards in here, you can see you can get legendary commander sculpture. And if you just complete your quest in here, you're also going to be able to get commander sculptures in here by increasing your power as well. So this is something that I would recommend for you guys to do here. And there's other events in here like arms training, which I haven't done yet. You can get some legendary commander sculpture. There's a lot of ways for you to get legendary commander sculpture in Rise of Kingdoms. So participate in the events in here, check it daily so that you can see what is ongoing events. Like there's a Kerouac event, which you can get legendary commander sculptures, and it's relatively easy. So I don't have the best gears to show it to you guys since I stopped spending. The gears are quite expensive, by the way. So if you want to get the top-notch gear, you'll have to spend a premium in the game. So I did spend a premium into the game, but I kind of slowed down now, so I don't have the best gears. But you want to work onto your gears, and you want to do a little bit more research into this. This video is not going to be going in depth into gears, but working onto your gears is very important so that you can fight along in the battlefield and be strong and be tough. When I first started, there wasn't any gears, and it's a lot more fun in my opinion. When they added the gears, it really created a whole level of like whale versus moderate spender and free to play. A lot of the whales have super strong gears, and you're gonna face these whales and you're gonna have a hard time. You're wondering, why am I not doing well? It's not just all about the talent trees. Like you can have the best talent tree, but if you didn't spend money into the game and you're facing all these whales, then you're just gonna get crushed and your hopes of playing the game will be done. So I would say work onto the gears. If you want to spend, then that's gonna help you out significantly. If you're not going to spend, then I would say just try to join as much rallies into the whenever your whales do them, or get into the garrison and support the whales. And basically when you do that, you're using the whales technology, and you're also using the whales gears as well. So just keep you guys in mind in here that this is the reality of the game. You want to work onto the gears. Gears are very important. Now, besides the gears, there's now this thing called armaments. Now, the armaments is also another whale factor, in my opinion. This is something that, as a new player, and if you're not going to spend and you're going to meet spenders, they're just going to be able to crush you significantly. Now, for me, I'm an old player, so I'm able to survive in here. But if you are a new player, it is going to significantly hurt you in the battlefield, because you're going to see these whales and they're going to be having really good artifacts. So artifacts is another thing in here. So as a free to play, you can try to just grind it through the state forum, but for the most part, whales will just buy the bundles and try to open up more chests and potentially get better armaments than you. Just the same way with gears. So the armaments and gears is going to basically increase and make your commander power better. So having that is very important. If you don't have it, it's going to be a struggle for you. So you want to invest in time into researching what gears. There's going to be gears for archer, calves, infantry, leadership. So there's a whole section of videos for this. So now once you have worked onto your speed ups and upgrade your buildings, your tech. So just keep in mind when you're trying to upgrade tech in the game, when you work into the academy, the military power is going to be the most power that you're going to get from researching. You want to try to get to T4 as fast as you can so you can produce T4 unit. Then eventually you need to get T5. T5 is the ultimate goal. Now with the economic tree, you'll have to finish this all just to get into T5. The estimated cost to do this, I would say it's right around $30,000 or $40,000, depending on how fast you are going to spend into the game. So if you have that much money into the game, spending $30,000 to $40,000, then you can get T5 right away. And this might be the perfect game for you if you have the money to do that. But if you don't have the money to do that, it will take you about years to grind into getting to T5. And that might not be for everyone here in the game. So you kind of have to pick your poison, what you want to do, right? So just to keep you guys in mind for that one. Now, we almost didn't mention about resources. So I want you to understand that whenever you go to sleep, whenever you are not defeating barbarians and you're just, idle, you need to be gathering resources. So earlier you saw that I was gathering resources. Now that I've finished gathering resources, I will go back now and try to build this one and start gathering resources in here as well. So the key thing in here is that you will need, I'm telling you guys that you got to put in your life into the game. You will need to create accounts in here. Like I have a farm account, farm A and farm B. I'm not even the most efficient guy in here. But if you are very efficient, you can spend like, maybe 10 minutes on each account daily so that you can gather resources. But you got to build it to be able to be efficient as well. So farming resources, getting the farm accounts are very crucial in the game. Or you can also try to find others and seek for resources if you want to grow in that manner. Now, another thing is to work onto your VIP. So remember I told you guys about like joining an alliance. So joining an alliance is very important because it's going to help you to get those VIP points from whenever they buy gold chests and other chests. But basically, you want to get in the early stages of the game to move into the VIP 6 so you can get second building queue. And then your next target is trying to reach to VIP 10, not VIP 9. You go to VIP 10 so that you can get legendary commander sculptures every single day. So VIP buff is permanent buff that you will have in your account that will last forever. So these are some of the things that you need to work on to be strong in Rise of Kingdoms. And like I said, spenders will have an edge already, just mainly from buying, and their VIP is going to be much higher than the non-spender in the game or the low spenders. Now, once you have pretty much worked on everything, you've worked onto your technology, your building, you've upgraded it, and you have a good commander now, artifact, and as well as gears. Now, during those period of time, I want you to be participating in wars. Well, now, when you are participating in wars, it is also going to be difficult to improve, right? But you have to participate because or else you're going to get kicked out by your alliance. So participate in war, communicate with people, find some roles within the alliance to contribute. So basically, when you play this game, you're going to be putting your life into it, right? So this is pretty much what people are into this game now. They got their lives involved, kind of wrapped around the game. It's 24/7, and just keep that in mind that you got to do all these things so that you can get the best power in the game. And if you don't spend into the game, you are going to struggle a little bit, but there is ways for it because there are dedicated free-to-play players in the game as well that have succeeded. So it's not impossible. It's just a little bit difficult. For the whales, it's going to be very easy for you guys. You can just go ahead and buy a lot of the bundles in here within the game in Rise of Kingdoms. You can see there are many bundles in here. There's a lot of encouragement for you to buy bundles as well within the game. So if you are angry with your money, this is one good way to spend it. You will be able to get whatever you want and dominate in the game by spending your money. See, there is so many bundles in here for you to spend. If you have a lot of money, you will never run out of things to spend in the game. So with that being said, this is a power up fast guide in Rise of Kingdoms. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you again next time.